G'day, hello, how are we? On the magical mystery tour, we're now in Split, which was a spur of the moment sort of decision, because tomorrow it's supposed to rain. We're going to go bushwalking, but we thought we'll come to Split, we'll see what Split is like, see if we're going to be Splitsville. And we don't know much about it other than it's bigger than Zadar, and Zadar was cool. We're staying in the old town, which is directly behind me, and we're looking forward to it. It'll be fun, and we're probably going to go out to one of the islands in a couple of days, so that'll be cool. You walk from the bus station straight into Split, and then you go past all the cruise ships and the ferries that go out to the islands.
From here there's a train connection to the capital, Zagreb, and fantastic ferry connections up and down the Croatian coastline.
The waterfront just keeps on going and going and going here.
There's all these restaurants and everything, and in these off seasons, the elbow seasons, there's not many people here, but we've heard during the summer it's completely packed, so we really picked a good time to come. The old city's surrounded by a city that's like maybe from the 1900s, which is really interesting as well.
Split is home to top-class architecture.
All around Split there's these beaches everywhere, you know, it's real coastal community.
We stayed in cute little apartments in Split. 94 euros for 3 nights in the old town is pretty good. We'll show you the other apartment later.
Of course, PJ found vegan food to eat. You know, we can't have any fun.
Split has a formidable dining scene. You can get just about anything.
There's really narrow, twisting paths within the old town.
But you're never far from the water. Our first morning was overcast, but still fun.
I was hoping she was going to jump off, but no, she came back.
I hate to break it to you, but I can swim, love.
As you can see, it can get quite choppy and grey, but it's got a real beauty to it. But as soon as the sun's out, the people are on the beach. Let me tell you, Europeans, they make use of any bit of sun. There's marinas on both sides of the Split.
This is what you see if you walk past the northeastern marina.
And while it's the shoulder season, you know, it is quite cold on some days, and I wouldn't go in the water, but we saw lots of people in the water. The old town's built on top of these rocks, and some of the buildings are really precariously sited, but it's really cool.
We're going to a little walking group meetup here in Split, so we can have a bit of a look around.
It's cold.
It is very cold. It's windy, but it's still warmer than France.
We joined Maria on a walking meetup we found through Facebook.
There's beautiful parks all around. There's a massive hill in the middle where nobody's built on it, you know, and there's a path that goes up there, which we'll be doing later. When I was on this tour, I met 2 guys I stayed in contact with the whole time we were in Split, Todd and Andrew, and I'm still talking to them today. And I would encourage people to go on walking tours like this because you meet a really interesting group of people.
These aren't commercial tours, but the information and stories that Maria shared were top quality, like a tour guide.
These are beaches around the back, which supposedly only locals go to.
Charlie living his best life. Tell me, why is it that place?
Well, they said it was the best ice cream place in this area, and this was 20 kluklas or whatever they are. PJ had desserts too, but I did go back to that ice cream shop quite a few times.
The next day we went to a famous lookout.
I love meandering, I really do. PJ drives her nuts, which is one of the reasons I like it.
Yes, you could use a map, but Charlie likes getting lost. It's all part of the adventure.
Just remember, it's not arriving at the destination, it's the journey that's important.
Such a philosopher.
The most interesting way to go is not usually the direct way. Hopefully we're going to the lookout, but I don't want to follow any directions, so we could end up anywhere.
Just had a lovely call or text message from Brenda and Andrew, like this lovely couple that we met on the hiking meetup the other day. We didn't realize that we were walking past their place when we were lost, as we do, and they tried to call out to say good day, but we couldn't hear them. We kept walking. So
same size.
Hopefully we'll meet up with them later today, but it's funny when you're in the middle of nowhere and you think you don't know anybody, but then you do. So we've just reached the lookout. I will show you the view.
Look at that view. It's awesome. It's going to get more awesome soon too.
Just when you think you're at the top, you realize you're not. But wait, there's more.
PJ absolutely loves, lies awake at night thinking about it all the time, climbing up mountains. She's on me all the time to climb Everest, go back to Everest Base Camp and do the 3-pass trek. She's incessant. So, I was very comfortable down at sea level, but she's getting us climbing up here. There's like hundreds of steps to the top of the mountain at Split. It's really nice though. It's really very nice. But she is very annoying. The Kraken just pulls me into all these misadventures.
And where's the tippy top? Can you point to it?
The tippy top's up there. We're about 2/3 of the way up. So it looks like we have to dip down. We're going to lose some height to get to the top. She's a horrible, horrible woman.
I like going uphill just as much as most people like stabbing themselves in the eye with a fork. So he's just delusional, but maybe Everest, we'll see.
If you're going to do this walk, you can bring a picnic lunch because there's great facilities. There's also playgrounds for the kids.
Like a startled gazelle, Charles leaps up the path. Look at that. Legs are blurring. Look at the speed. There's no weary trudge there.
I have to admit, the view from the top is absolutely worth it.
Reached the top, Charlie.
We did. When we got up there was also a little place where a man sits and looks for fires. That's got to be a very exciting job. There it is there.
Then it's time to head back down the steps.
This is me doing push-ups. Don't be fooled by the different clothes. I was just changing back and forth. Look, you could spend forever going through this place. There was heaps of things to explore. So while it's a tourist place, it's really well done. And there's just a lot of stuff to look at. And I think there's something for everybody. There's like jewelry shops, there's ice cream shops. There's even things with people that need to caress things all the time. So here goes PJ going in for the caress. She would say that everybody caresses this and it gives you good luck, but I'm just saying she's always looking for something to caress.
Since we were feeling lucky, it was time to find our next apartment.
So this is not really in the old town, but it's right adjacent to it. And there's a lot of stone houses of different sort of levels of maintaining just right next to the old town, and they have their own particular charm. So I would say reach out and explore some other areas. Don't just stay in the old town. This place had 2 bathrooms for God knows what reason and 2 washing machines. So we sent the Kraken to one and I took the other. The main attraction of this place, of course, is the palace. It's been adulterated a lot over the years, and somehow that just adds to its charm.
It's a little town inside a city.
There must have been a time when you could just build in the old palace, right? The old retirement palace. And if you look here, there's that little window up there, and there's an apartment that sort of scans through here. And, right on top of the main gate, you can see like an old rusty TV antenna. But, somebody's living in the wall and has a little apartment, and just inside in the second gate they have their patio. And I just think it's very cool.
And we heard how much they cost, didn't we?
Yeah, they said that there's a whole lot of old people that won't move out, and rich expats, and it costs about $2,000 a square metre to live inside this palace. And the really weird thing is, it's built so well that on top of the walls, they've built entire houses on top of like 4 stories of like old Roman era. They've built an entire houses. This is back in like the Victorian era. They've got these relief maps down at the waterfront where you can see what it was in the past and what it is now. This is the old palace, a retirement villa for the Roman Empire, which is now in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Good morning. Today we're checking out of Split for the second time. We checked out once before, but we liked it so much we came back. We went to a place called Trogir, and then we were going to keep going, but we came back to Split because we enjoyed it. It's got a very big expat community, so it's very easy to find expats. It's a very big city, Split, and it's not very attractive, but it's built around a couple of old cities, and both of the old cities are very attractive. This is the old city of Split behind us, which is built around a palace of the Romans, a Roman empire's retirement villa. Let me tell you, they retired in style. It's been really good, and the water's very blue, and there's lots of tourists and expats, and there's plenty of little hikes that you can do around here. That is lovely. PJ's been a bit under the weather for most of it, so I've spent most of the time by myself or with some other expats, which has been different. I've missed her while she's been under the weather. Just goes to show, you can miss a bit of pain. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm going to miss it. I'd encourage people to come here, and it's better. Trogir and Zadar are probably good for one-day visits, but this takes a bit more time, I think. All good things must come to an end, so we're back on the bus, going out. Remembering the bus station is right on the waterfront, right next to the railway station, right next to the ferry port.
What's nice about Split? It's the landscape, the history, the architecture, and the people. Thanks for joining us. Next time, we catch a ferry to a nearby island and discover an old fort